Universal Studios Japan is showing no signs of slowing down since it caught the attention of the globe with Super Nintendo World. The park is, in our opinion, the best Universal Studios park out there, and recent announcements have shown that things are only going to get better for the resort. Since the inception of Super Nintendo World, rumors have circulated around a proposed Donkey Kong area that would feature a roller coaster that could jump from track to track, similar to how the minecarts work in the Donkey Kong games. In late 2021, Nintendo confirmed that this expansion was indeed in the works and would include interactive experiences, merchandise, food, and, you guessed it, a roller coaster that would open in 2024. The most exciting part of this expansion for many people is the new roller coaster ride system called the Boom Coaster. In a patent filed by Universal, we can see what is essentially a roller coaster track on its side with a false track above the coaster, where one would traditionally go. Despite the land's distant opening, we've actually started to get glimpses of this testing off-site, which shows it will effectively emulate jumping from track to track, just like in the video games. And if we look over to Epic Universe, where the same attraction is being constructed, we can start to piece together the layout of the ride. Rather excitingly, this coaster will interweave with the land itself, meaning you'll be able to grab a glimpse of the effect in action as you traverse through the overgrown terrain. Nintendo and Universal have done an incredible job of bringing their video games to life, and this looks to be no exception. We like it, just like how you should like this video. Now, simply calling this an expansion might undermine the fact that this new Donkey Kong zone will increase Super Nintendo World's size by approximately 70%, making it a considerable part of the park. Universal Studios Japan is also bringing new additions to their other insanely popular land, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where starting in spring, guests will have the chance to come face to face with rare and exotic creatures for the very first time. Starting in just a few weeks on the 17th of March, guests will be able to meet and interact with 4 famous critters. First, guests can meet the graceful hippogriff in a brand new show on the small stage in front of Hogwarts. Elsewhere around Hogsmeade, guests will be able to directly interact with smaller magical creatures, including a smoke-breathing baby dragon, an insanely cute pygmy puff, and even Niffler from the Fantastic Beasts franchise. Interestingly, the upcoming Epic Universe Wizarding World land was set to be originally based on the Fantastic Beasts franchise, before becoming more generally themed around the Wizarding World. Could these new creature interactions have been originally planned for there, or could we still see it appear once that park opens? Universal Studios Japan isn't new to these types of offerings though, with a similar meet and greet / show taking place over in the Jurassic Park portion of the park. Now, all of these things sound great, but you know what else is exciting and upcoming? Brand new episodes of our adults-only Parks After Dark podcast that are exclusive to our Patreon supporters. So for a ton of behind-the-scenes content, the opportunity to vote on future video ideas, and the off-the-rails experience that is Parks After Dark, be sure to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/ReviewTyme. Now, you won't have to wait long for the first of these new additions to open, with the park's brand new daytime parade, No Limit Parade, debuting next week on the 1st of March. While a parade isn't something we would normally talk about here on the channel, some of the IPs included in the parade make us curious about future additions to Universal parks around the world. In addition to characters from Sesame Street, Sing, Hello Kitty, and of course Despicable Me, the parade will also feature the first ever Mario float, where Mario, Peach, Bowser, and more will be racing down the Rainbow Road in their Mario Karts. While the first Mario parade float is pretty exciting, to us it's the other Nintendo franchise featured that proves the most intriguing. No Limit Parade will contain the world's first Pokemon parade float, featuring Pokeballs, a wing-flapping and smoke-breathing Charizard, and of course, plenty of cute dancing Pokemon. While at first glance, utilizing Pokemon may seem a logical next step with Super Nintendo World already in the park, this is part of a completely different agreement. First announced back in 2021, Universal Studios Japan and the Pokemon Company, which is jointly owned by Nintendo, Creatures, and Game Freak, have entered into a collaborative partnership to work together on projects that will immerse you in the world of Pokemon. The companies have said they're developing new interactive entertainment to bring the real and virtual worlds together to create a new, revolutionary theme park experience. This is a completely different agreement from the regular Nintendo one, which allows them to build projects in all of their theme parks. In the last few years, there have been plenty of rumors about a Pokemon AR attraction taking over the Spider-Man ride in Japan, utilizing the same ride system and track layout, but telling a completely different story in a completely different setting. In Japan, Universal has to pay a yearly licensing fee for Spider-Man, unlike in Orlando, where their agreement is in perpetuity, which means they may be looking to clear up expenses and, utilizing Pokemon, the highest grossing media franchise of all time, may be a great way to do that. Of course, in regards to taking over Spider-Man, none of this is announced or official, but I'd be watching closely, as I don't think a few characters in a parade is the end of this agreement between Universal and the Pokemon Company. Back to the No Limit Parade though, which will feature a wide range of high-energy dance music set to create a true party atmosphere, with a parade containing numerous show stops, where guests will be brought up to dance with the characters. And of course, being a new offering in Japan, it's supported by some insanely cute food and drink items and some merchandise your wallet will be itching to purchase. Universal Studios Japan adds new things at a faster pace than any of the other Universal parks around the world, with the Cool Japan promotion in summer bringing new experiences and attractions based on popular animes and games, such as Spy Cross Family, Detective Conan, and Monster Hunter World, on a yearly basis. So these new additions are exciting, but not really a surprise, especially with the fact the park will likely never get a second gate due to the limited space available, meaning anything new and additive to the experience is a most welcome surprise. But over to you. Which of these new experiences excites you the most? And would you like to see any of them come to a Universal park closer to you? Let us know in the comments down below. For Review Time, I'm Luke. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing.